What is up? What is up, internet? Welcome back to another video, and this is what if Deku had Spider-Man quirk. Right, so this is a funny series, and it is also a part 1. Yes, I made another series. Right now I'm just kind of testing the waters, see which ones get the top views and all that. See which ones get the best reaction. I am hoping this does pretty well, since Spider-Man's pretty mainstream. And I am trying to grow an audience here, is that why I'm trying so much. This video should come out 12 o'clock on the 21st, so yeah, wish me luck. Anyway, so it starts with opening, and it's a dude in a hero suit with a mask, and he's looking out and he's going, "Finally, I'm the #1 hero." He backflips off a building, spiderwebbing into the abyss. This is when you cut to Deku as a kid. He is in the class and he's just found out that Bakugo has got a quirk. He finds it awesome, he finds it cool. He starts patrolling with Bakugo, patrolling, you know, like they was when they were, like in canon when they was kids. I've just realised I've not turned on the audio in the back, so let me turn that up to like 27. You can hear it slightly. I just like to have a little music in the back, so when I do the silent stretches it doesn't awkward it out. Like and subscribe, I forgot to mention. Anyway, so he's just found out Bakugo's got a quirk. He finds it really cool. This is when he actually goes on a school trip to Island. He sees Melissa's shield and he sees that they're all working on spiders. Deku's of course now found out he's quirkless, which kills him a little bit, since this is Deku's uncle. The reason they went here was because the school won a raffle in this world, and basically it was a bunch of coincidences that got them there, and they shouldn't really be there, but they are, because they're lucky. Anyway, so they all just look around Island. Sorry, no, that doesn't work. So they all just have a look around Island. Remember, they're only like 5 years old, so they don't quite grasp what's happening. Izuku Midoriya's mum though, and Izuku himself exactly know what's happening because they're big hero fans. He goes over to the exhibits that shows new inventions, and he sees loads of cool new inventions, and he goes to the speech for All Might. All Might has a speech. Yes, All Might is here, so he ends up talking to All Might, and he gets his signature early. All Might remembers. You know when you're home alone and you can hear somebody walking in the back and it's really creepy, but it's just your head? That's what's just happened. Sorry. This is gonna happen way too much. I am now uncomfortable. Like and subscribe, guys. I am risking my life here. Anyway. Where was I at? Okay, yeah. He meets All Might. All Might will remember Deku due to his instinctive features and his surprisingly enthusiasm to become a hero, which is not like many of his fans, because he actually wants to become a hero. And oh my god, that music's way too loud right now. Let me sort that out. And he idolizes becoming a hero. Anyway, back on track. All Might realizes Deku really wants to be a hero, not just being a fan, because, oh my god, All Might is a celebrity. And my mic stand is going crazy. I've just reset it and all that, and he's going crazy about it. Anyway, back on track. Deku looks around the exhibit, and they see that they're testing on spiders to see whether they can give quirks to spiders. This spider has been given the spider wolf. This spider has been basically enhanced and given certain few traits, but nothing much. It's just radioactive half spider. This is when this is when it actually escapes, but no one seems to notice due to it not being that popular, since they just think it's a spider, apart the normal decoration of the area, which is distinctly out. Surprising. Deku walks into the area and it instantly catches its eye. That's because the decor doesn't match any of the other place. But everyone else just thinks it's a part of the furniture because of how wacky the other places are, and because it's not actually, it's labelled on the leaflet, but it doesn't sound as interesting as, I don't know, AR superhero saving, or AR hero, or just AR and VR. So they actually stay away as Deku inquisitively goes to, well, expect the exhibit. That's when he looks inside the what he thinks is a spider cage, and he gets bit. This is when he starts to feel a bit sick and scratches a spider bite, and he's like, oh, either that, whoa, that was a powerful spider, or a mosquito, I don't know. Anyway, Deku goes back to his mum, who is currently on the All Might exhibit. Not the meet and greet All Might, the AR All Might. She's always kind of wanted to be a hero. Anyway, so Deku's like, I'm feeling a bit sick, can I go back to the room? And Inko, knowing it's completely safe since literally bundles of heroes surround here, he lets him go back to the room. Deku grabs a drink from the minibar, but before he can get there, he just collapses under the bed and sleeps. He sleeps for about 2 hours until he's woken up by the pounding of the door of Inko trying to get in, since he gave Deku the only keys, and he collapsed. He lets her in, but he realizes that he lets her in, but his hands feel heavy and they feel slightly stronger. And then he realizes how muscular he is, and quickly rushes into the bathroom after letting Inko in. Inko's like, wow, someone's desperate. And that's when he takes his top off, looks into the mirror to find out he's muscular AF. So he goes to wash his face, he goes to turn on the tap, his hands stick to the tap. This is when he realizes he's got a quirk, so he goes to Inko and tells his mum, hey, I think my quirk's finally shown. So, what are the quirk powers then? Well, I'm kind of going to stretch it here, but I'm going to give him some of Miles Morales' powers, but later down the line. I'm also going to give him something called Brain. This is, well, kind of what it sounds like, and it's just boosting his cognitive abilities to make him a little bit smarter. Well, quite a lot smarter, and it basically helps him learn science and everything, and helps him build machinery. This is, of course, for later on when he wants to build suits. When he wants to build, well, his web shooters. He realizes he's got the powers of the spider after he goes to the testing room on Eye Island. Of course, no one notices how the powers he's exhibiting relate to the radioactive spider, because they see it as a failed experiment, as Deku has it in his head because he's deemed quirkless at the beginning. Everyone just thinks it's a miracle, and he realizes his powers are actually quite powerful. Not quite a fully fledged Spider-Man yet, but he's still learning. Anyway, so we're cutting forward to when he's at home. He still joins Bakugo on patrol, but Bakugo actually falls off the log, leaving Midoriya to swing from underneath the log and grab Bakugo. He doesn't understand how he's doing this because he only thought he had super strength. That's when he realizes he has the ability to, I think it's like bond into molecular forces, but in the movies they just describe it as mini tiny webs that let him stick to the objects around him. And he also realizes he's not feeling sick from being upside down. That's because he can, well, I forgot what it's called, but basically he can stand sideways, upside down, and basically anywhere, make it feel like he's standing up straight, which is a pretty neat ability. this is when we're gonna have a mini time skip. We're time skipping to now the beginning of the series, and Deku has been training, but he's like more been training how to correctly punch and all that stuff, and more just getting used to his powers. And that's when he realises he's actually got a pretty powerful quirk and could catch up to Bakugo, which... Bye guys. Sorry to cut off there, don't worry, everything's okay, I'm gonna continue now. Hopefully I could get like another 10 more minutes and make this video like 20 minutes long. Anyway, so, really, by training, I more meant discovering his quirk, because he's still gonna live a normal childhood, even though he's got quite a powerful quirk, but he's discovered that he could probably take Bakugo on a one-on-one. He's not going to though, because Bakugo seems insistent on it, and he's more of a disciplined but still confident now Deku. Anyway, the guy goes, well guys, it's the end of the year. Well, I guess we just have to do future assessment programs. Program tests. And everyone's like, ah. And then we're like, JK, I know you all want to become heroes. Everyone celebrates other than Bakugo and Deku, and that's when Bakugo pipes up and goes, you're all gonna lose, including you, Deku. And that's when Deku pipes up and basically goes, yeah, sure. And this just sparks on Bakugo, who then, well, he then waits for Deku after class, and he says, well, since your quirk basically does nothing, you should just one dive off a building. Deku didn't take any offense to this because he realizes his quirk can do something. But that's when he explodes so this is where the first change happens. He explodes his hero booklet, but rather than just having copies of other heroes, he's actually having stuff to aid him in battle. So he's built a compound for spider webs, but he's not quite realised how he can launch them yet. And the compound for the spider webs is not as strong as he would like it to be, taking way too much room. Then he realises a new compound later on the line, but that's close to UA, but we'll find out about that later. But basically, Bakugo explodes his book, not damaging it, but not destroying it, because before it hits the before it like gets thrown out the window, he uses his spider sense to basically catch it, but he makes sure not to provoke Bakugo anymore because he doesn't want to actually start a fight, because this will cause issues for him. Anyway, so he goes home, and he goes home like because he's not allowed to use his quirk, because he doesn't, like, basically, you don't want to accidentally damage a window or something like that. You gotta think he has super strength here, so he's pretty mad. He's cracking the pavement. Well, no, he's not cracking the pavement, but that's what Bakugo would do if he had the quirk. Anyway, so he gets captured by the slime monster. Slime monster realizes a good host, but Deku just doesn't have the quirk to deal with sorry, he doesn't have the quirk to deal with the monster, a bit like Bakugo didn't. So All Might comes and saves him, and this is when Deku realizes, this is my chance to ask whether he remembers me. And he grabs onto All Might and actually flies off with him. All Might does remember him, which is really cool. Deku's happy about that. All Might's like... And then that's when he asks, do you reckon I could become a hero one day? And All Might is like, well, depends on your quirk. That's the only thing that drives life. Sorry, I'm just getting a drink. That's the thing that drives life, and makes you a hero or not these days. Well, there is one other thing, but I don't know whether you have that. So he actually dropped the slime monster because Deku was too focused on holding up like holding on to All Might and too focused on where they were going, because he was scared that if he held on to All Might, he'll mess up with his trajectory, messing up his jumps and actually making him crash, which wouldn't be good because of the added weight. Yet again, he's still a mutterer, but this time he's a mutterer that thinks about physics, which is an issue. Anyway, then the slime monster gets loose and Bakugo, and All Might's fully worn out, like proper worn out, and Deku starts walking away all depressed because he's not sure whether he could become a hero or not. All Might is proper worn out, and then Bakugo's there like, oh, damn fool Deku, thinking he's stronger than me, and he actually gets captured by the oh my god, what happened to me? He actually gets captured by the slime monster, which is an issue because he's been captured by the slime monster. So Bakugo tries to break out, Deku tries to break him out, and that's when Deku Deku doesn't try to break him out, he realises he can't defeat the monster. But eventually he's done with hesitating, so what he does, he runs in, and that's when a green spark in energy it would be yellow, but I want to make it green to match with Deku, sparks out of his hand, and he has the urge to go Detroit Smash. This causes a ruckus of a shockwave of green energy to invoke the monster and disturb with its intermolecular forces, making the slime weaken enough for Deku to run in there, uses super strength and somewhat super speed to jump through, save Bakugo and not get captured himself due to his spider sense, just dodging the strand of slime that tried to grab his foot at the last second, doing a kind of barrel roll in the air, which looked really awesome. All the heroes were impressed, but of course there was still a villain to defeat. This time the villain was a lot less dangerous due to Bakugo's quirk not going crazy, but still as dangerous. This heroic strength has inspired All Might to basically buff up and kill the monster. Well, not kill, but use Detroit Smash, and what he yells is, "I'm gonna show you how to actually do it now, kid," and he yells, "Detroit Smash!" The weather changes, everyone there is shocked, other than Deku, who is inspired by the power seen it earlier today, who knew he could get this strong. Deku starts walking home as Bakugo walks home after chastising him for saving him. The heroes actually thank him for saving him, since he seemed controlled and off his feet, and of course Deku didn't really think about it, he just acted, which was the number one rule of being a hero. But he acted even though he was on the worse side, even though he lost to it before, he still came back and he never gave up. This is what inspired All Might rather than him being a quirkless weakling. It was the fact that even though he was strong, he didn't have the quirk to defeat it. Yet again, he tried again and actually succeeded, unlocking a power of his own from pure the will to save. And this actually inspired All Might and caused him to meet up with Deku. Offered Deku his quirk. This is where he says no. Well, not yet anyway. But this is when All Might hits him back. Fine, if you don't want to accept this power, will you at least let me train you? So I feel like I should explain some briefing in this universe. So Mirio didn't accept the quirk because he believed that his quirk was powerful enough on his own, and he wanted to become a symbol of peace without anybody's help. As Deku didn't accept the quirk because he wants to discover the rest of his abilities before taking on another one, and he also doesn't know how his body will react to the unstable effects, as he uses his brain to basically realise that there's actually a backlash to One for All, otherwise All Might wouldn't be in such a state. So anyway, there's 10 months before UA, and this is training with All Might. So, what do these 10 months do for the spider? Well, the green spider. So, it lets him figure out his powers, and on the power side of things, it makes him have more control over his, what he calls, he's gonna call it not a Detroit this time, a Brooklyn smash. This is due to the New York origins of the Spider-Man, so I'm gonna base it after that. And it's also due to it very slowly getting power, mimicking about a 25% Detroit smash from All Might. This increases with emotion, and I'm not gonna put a limiter on it yet. But anyway, he increases his strength to about, well, all around 25% of All Might, but without the backlash, and it also, he increases his spider sense, now being able to dodge one of All Might's 100% blows, never mind how quick it is, and also being able to catch up with speed on All Might, since he's not as powerful, but he is bloody quick. And he also made 2 new gadgets, and that was his slingshot, his spiderwebs. Why did I call it a slingshot? His, well, of course, spiderwebs and launcher. And he also spiderwebs, and he also created a kind of black mist bomb. This is where it shoots smoke onto the floor like a flashbang, kind of just smoke, and this lets him run away. And this is where I'm going to end my video today. I hope you enjoyed. Goodbye. Remember to like and subscribe. I'm going to end it here because it's just getting into the juicy part where he fights all the robots, and I kind of briefed the backstory here, so it's a good place to end it. I hope you enjoyed. What if Deku had the Spider-Man quirk, and goodbye.